Christ and Jean-Claude life. He was born in Bulgaria on 13 June the 1935 to 2020. She was born in New York City of 1935 to 2009. They met in Paris in 1958 when he was going to paint a portrait of Jean-Claude Moreau and got married in 1962. His father was a scientist and his mother the secretary of the Sophia Academy of the Beautiful Arts. Was discovered from a very young boy by artists and the Academy friends of the family. Jean-Claude was a self-taught woman that Christ Ryan had. He was the artist and she was the one who was doing the negotiations. For them, the art is freedom, so they did their works in public place. Christ said, "We do beautiful things, incredible, useless, totally unnecessary." Christ was recognized as the master of the house art. Academy. Christ studied at the Sophia Arts Academy, but he was disappointed in the curriculum imposed by the Bulgarian Socialist Party and ran from 1957 to Vienna, and then he studied at the Arts Academy. Christ admired and inspired by the works of artists like Joan Miro, Nicolas Destel, Jackson Pollock, John Tingle, and John Duffet. His works as a couple. This couple is recognized for their majestic and large-scale job. Christ and Jean-Claude always worked together to finance their own works. In 1961, they present their first show in the colony Germany, The Ornament, and a street full of rock barrels, with this one begun to be recognized by the magnitude of their projects. In 1962, they got married, and else in the 1962, the couple presented the Rideau de Feu project without the permission of the French authorities as a protest to the Berlin Wall. In 1964, the couples arrived in New York and Christ's works of art began to support the projects. The arrival in New York is difficult. They had no money, they didn't speak English. His first job in New York was roping windows. This helped him out his debts and funding some of his projects. Some of his most recognized works were the London Mastaba 2016 to 2018. This play is on the Snake Lake in London. It's made of oil barrels stacked horizontally which were made specifically for this play. That's 7,506 barrels. First open-air work in the United Kingdom. 3 decades of playing for this play. It was inspired by the funeral construction of the former Egypt. This play is 20 meters high by 30 meters wide and 14 meters long. The Floating Piers is another work. This was in 2016, 18 of June to 3 of July. This play was at Lake Iseo, Italy. The dock consists of 100 square meters in yellow fabric, created 220,000 buckets of polyethylene floating. Christ said he dreamed of walking on water, and that's why this play. The project connects the Sulsono Villa to Monte Isola and Sao Paulo Island. This play was a success. There were long tales to live the experience. Another of his works was The Gates in the New York in 25. This play was at New York Central Park. It was 7,500 doors with saffron-colored cloth. Another work was Rob Reichstag in 1995. It lasted 2 weeks for the exposure of the Berlin building covered by silver cloth with blue strings. People wore picnic fabrics to sit and enjoy the play and the weather. It was one of the most viewers. It was over 23 years of preparation for this project. For the implementation of this project, like many others, there were political disputes of the space permits. One of these works was Pont Neuf in Paris in 1985. The oldest bridge in Paris was rock. They took her 9 years to negotiate her and permits to let them to display. Half 100 feet long and 20.5 meters of wide. Ballet Curtain, another work in 1972. This curtain was installed in 2 mountains of Colorado. This curtain was made with approximately 18,600 square meters. In 1971, the first edition of this play was made, but the logistical subjects, it was not a success. Until to 1972, that they worked with the specialists and hired only on 28 hours because of the big windows. Vic Airpage o Gasómetro Overhausen in 2013. This gasometer is an old gas store that is currently used as a house of events and exhibitions. It's Christo's first play without his wife. It's a 19-meter high poster full of air and a sculpture you can walk on. Christ said, art should be useless.